Unresolved Problem segment tonight, the battle of the sexes. There's some good news. Abortions in America have dropped to their lowest level since 1976, but still 1.2 million fetuses are destroyed every year, the latest stats from 2005. And some believe there's a change in the conception arena in general, especially when it involves wealthy men. A number of high-profile paternity cases have hit the news lately. Patriot quarterback Tom Brady, actor David Spade, and actor Eddie Murphy, among others, have all been involved in high-profile support cases. So what's going on here? With us now, Lisa Pinto, an attorney here in New York City, and from San Francisco, Marc Rudov, the author of the book, The Man's No-Nonsense Guide to Women. Whoa. I haven't read that book, Marc, because I need to keep my women audience intact here for the Factor, but perhaps when I retire. So you feel there's an actual change going on here in the way some women view getting pregnant?
Well, what's happening, Bill, is it's a result of what comes out of Hollywood, and you just gave three good examples, where Hollywood sets the tone for the morals in this country. You're a culture warrior, you should know that. And what Hollywood is saying is that having an out-of-wedlock birth is a cool thing. Matthew McConaughey just announced that he and his Brazilian girlfriend are going to have a baby. They're not married. So everybody gets the idea that this is a cool thing to do. And on the social policy side, family courts basically say to women, you can get cash for your kids, so why shouldn't you have them? And that's what's happening. Now, if the man is a rich actor or if he's a rich athlete, that's the easiest way for a woman to get 18 years of guaranteed income by getting herself pregnant.
It's interesting, though, but this has been going on for quite some time. When you say Hollywood, you mean the television industry, the recording industry, and all the entertainment industry, and I agree.
Right.
There's no stigma attached anymore. When I was growing up, if a woman got pregnant out of marriage, it was a huge deal out on Levittown.
That's right.
Now it's not, and in some cases it's chic. But the targeting of getting pregnant for wealthy people, do you feel that's on the upswing?
Absolutely, and because women know that look, if David Spade were a penniless pool boy, then this woman, Jillian Grace, would not be having
How do you know? Maybe she's in love with Mr. Spade.
They haven't seen each other since the occurrence last year. Oh. And what she did was she went public with it. She put it on her website. Yeah. Instead of handling it privately with him, she put it on her website before there's even any DNA test.
I want you to think about it. I'm going to have Lisa chime in on this, but I want you to think about it. It's Spade's fault, man. You know, I mean, he could have prevented the whole situation. I'll tell you. Marc,
Bill,
Lisa's turn. Go.
David Spade says, I had a relationship with her. If the paternity test shows that this is my kid, I am more than happy to support this child. He's doing the right thing.
But that's not the argument, though. The argument that Marc is making is that these guys are targeted. They're targeted by women because women know that they're going to get a lot of money, and it's a mercenary deal.
I understand that, Bill, but isn't there a small thing you can buy in a square packet?
Yeah, that's why Spade is responsible. I don't feel sorry for him, and I think most of our audience doesn't either. But do you think that Marc is right, that some women are targeting this kind of a situation?
It's so cynical and misogynistic because, come on, Marc.
Well, wait a minute. Cynical and misogynistic, but is it true?
No, I don't.
So you don't think any women on Earth do this?
I think there are a couple of girls who'd like to marry Mr. Right, and
and
they
willing
call the
to
first
go
baby.
That
they
far?
call having the first baby the insurance policy up here in my neighborhood in the Upper East Side.
So how can you refute what he says?
But here's what it doesn't work as for them across the country on a national level because a quarter of the people who are due child support get their child support in full. The other three-quarters are completely out of luck.
But I think that I agree with Marc that this is a growing phenomenon in the United States, that if a woman, for whatever emotional or financial reasons, feels that her life's going to be better with a baby, she's going to target somebody and get pregnant. I believe there's no stigma against that at all.
Well, women should be having babies because our population rate's going down, Bill.
Lisa,
we want more babies in America. We want to keep up with the rest of the world.
Don't you understand that the poverty in this country is driven by that kind of a situation that you just cited? No child support paid?
60% of abortions are had by women who have children already. It's not, that's the population that's getting rid of their
Women should be having babies if they can support the babies on their own. All right, Marc, so now the anecdotal, there hasn't been a study on this that I know of, so this is all anecdotal by you. that you think that women are now targeting, because it's always been pretty easy, though, to get movie stars and get paid under the table, has it not? I don't know what the difference is in 2008 than in 1998.
Well, a couple of things: that there's no shame involved anymore, as you said before, and the things that just came out of Lisa's mouth. To say that exposing bad behavior is misogyny, that's ridiculous. Look, a woman, and Bill, you said that it's David Spade's fault. A woman is responsible for whether she becomes pregnant,
but so
and
is
whether
Spade.
she remains pregnant.
So is Brady and Spade and Eddie Murphy and everybody else.
With you, Bill.
It's 50-50.
Barry Bonds blamed his trainer for steroids. That's just as ridiculous for a woman blaming a man. If a woman really doesn't want to become pregnant...
Look, how can I get this across to you, Mark? It takes two to do it, so they both have equal responsibility, Mark.
But Bill, it's the woman's body, and she's the one that's going to get pregnant. She's the one who can determine that she's not going to get pregnant.
Not buying that at all.
Well,
I don't feel sorry for these guys.
Her too.
I don't feel sorry for these guys. They walk in. The situation happens, and then they got to pay. I'm going to give Lisa the last word. God help me.
Bill, I just think that this sort of targeting of women who end up pregnant by mistake is something that we shouldn't do on national television. So what? Miss March didn't use contraception. Neither did David Spade. Hopefully she'll be a cautionary tale to others. But to then condemn every young woman who gets pregnant out of wedlock.
Not condemning anybody, but it's not good for the child, obviously. And that's my primary concern. It's not good for the child. And if there's a venal reason to do it, I want money, then you should condemn it as well. Mark, Lisa, thanks very much. We appreciate it. Right back with new information about that fatal tiger attack in San Francisco.
Boycott Sex and the City. My next guest telling men to stay far away from what he calls the chick flick. Marc Rudov says he hears whining at home for free, so why pay for it at the theater? Lee Sweel says she can't wait to see the movie and is delighted that Marc won't be there.
Yes.
All right, so Marc, that's a little cruel, don't you think?
Oh, gee, Neil, paying to hear women whine is as dumb as paying for cobwebs. If you just sit at home, you can get both for free. This movie is the cinematic equivalent to Ipecac. It's Woodstock for entitled princesses. But instead of being about the blues, it's about the shoes.
Oh, Marc, this is ridiculous. Newsflash to you, Marc. Nobody needs your permission or your wallet, thank you very much, to decide whether or not to go to this movie. A lot of women are going to want to go with other women because they enjoy doing it. We don't need to sit around and wait for the guy to take us.
Are they whining?
No. It's 3-4 independent women. One is a lawyer, one is a writer, one is a PR agent. They're mothers of kids. They've got things going.
Do they whine? I'm asking, do they whine?
No, they chat. They talk about things.
Marc says they whine. Why do you say they whine, Marc, if you've never watched it?
Exactly.
Lisa's a lawyer. She's whining right now. Neil, would you pay to hear that?
The only one whining here, Marc, is you.
My voice isn't going up 10 octaves. Neil, would you pay to hear that?
Now, stop it.
Wait a second.
No, Marc, explain your position.
Well, look, this movie shows women at their worst. They're conniving, they're manipulative, they're miserable, they're complaining all the time. Who wants to pay to see that?
Marc,
I mean, come on. Any man who allows himself to get dragged to this movie, the title of his life should be Sex Out of Pity.
Oh, sorry. First of all,
that's not necessary.
First of all, some men are going to want to go, just because, Marc, maybe you're shocked that no one's asking you to go to it, but a lot of women are going to say the guys are going to want to go with the women just to be with the women.
But
Lisa, no guys who want to. No guys. Neil, do you want to go?
No, I don't. It has nothing to do with whether they're whining or not. It's stupid.
It does. It does. It's all about whining.
All right. But Lisa, why do you go? At least you're one of the smartest. Lisa, you're one of the smartest people I know.
It's
wicked smart. Wicked smart.
Wicked smart.
And yet you're going to this thing that it just seems stupid to me. So what's the draw?
It's fun. You've got strong women who are, the guys are kind of just boy toys. They're really not the big part of the whole thing. It's these women, the friendships. One of them gets cancer. I mean, there's so many different issues going on that you can't say this is about whining. It's about
Marc, there's depth
bonding.
there. There's depth, and you're missing that.
Oh yeah, there's depth. The depth goes underground. Shoes and hats is not depth. I'm sorry. Whining, complaining.
What movie, Marc, are you watching? Marc, what movie are you watching this weekend?
I don't know. I haven't figured it out yet. But
we're not going together. That's for sure. But you know what the thing is, Marc?
There'll be an Iron Man. And
I'll go to Indiana
you know what? I'll tell you what. The only exception I would make is to go with you because people need to see us in public going
Just
to
to
see
know
this
that you
That
don't
would be
hate
a
each
very
other.
scary thought. It's
All right.
better
Well,
that we're separated by
Mark,
studios.
it's going to make a lot of money this weekend, probably.
Right,
It
of
can't be
course.
all women seeing it.
That's right.
Well, all the women recognize themselves on the screen, and that's why they want to go. And of course it's going to make money. But if
And
those
the
same
men,
women,
you know what? And men are
those
going to
same
love.
women would take, Lise,
Men are going to love
you
going.
would take the money.
Guys,
You would take the money you're going to spend on this movie
Hug,
and spend
group
it on your
hug.
husband. It
Group
would be a
hug.
lot
Group
better.
hug.
Men are going to love going and seeing beautiful women on
all
screen.
right, there we go. We'll have more to
I
this,
don't need to go to
including
the
why
movies
to
gas
see
prices
beautiful women,
won't come
Lise.
down.